Hello. It is technically day 2 of recording with All Consumed, who are a death metal band from Preston. I didn't do any of this vlog yesterday, and I really should have done. But they turned up and we got cracked on, and I kept saying, "Oh, I need to do some vlogs," because I started doing this vlog thing, and then I just forgot. I'm so bad with social media and stuff like this. Like, I'm a bit of a dinosaur with the whole social media thing, I always think. But yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll probably start doing some of the vlog stuff. But then we got the drums set up, got the tones we wanted, started tracking. We didn't get much done on day one's usually just mainly set up and tones and stuff. But we'll get into the bulk of it in the next couple of days. But yeah, got this thing. I'll talk you through Dave's setup. Yeah, so left-handed setup. Really kind of a bit of an odd setup, really, because of the positioning of the ride. If my finger wants to work. Yeah, so he kind of plays with his ride dead ahead of him, as opposed to having it, say, here. Which is, it's kind of annoying, but it kind of works, and it's the way he plays. So like you've got to kind of work around that. One thing it does mean is that you kind of get really great separation here between sort of cymbals and toms, and you can kind of get that out there. But the more annoying thing is these two toms now become a bit of a problem to mic. So we've kind of had to I got a mic in here. I could have put this on a stand, but it probably doesn't help you at that point, so I might as well use these cool clips. But this one, we tried putting on a clip, and it ended up with, if you look, the angle of that was like way higher than what it would have been. The angle of this here, I mean, this ended up sort of on a clip, it kind of came up here. And he does quite a lot of kind of switching between the ride and the China, like playing like this. And if there was a big thing in the way, he'd have to go and go over, like jumping over kind of thing. So that's kind of a problem you had to get away around. But yeah, Danny Carey's snare, the Sonar snare. Yeah, it was the Birch Custom Absolute, made in Japan. Really decent sounding drums, actually. You know, they are nice. And then he's got A Customs. Yeah, the Zildjian, is that just called like an Oriental Zildjian? I don't know. He's got a pasty power bell ride. And then he's got the Master Sound hats, which these were brand new. He'd never used these. And they sound great. They're really, really clear. Yeah, and standard sort of G2s on your batter heads. Just really thick ply kind of. It's that kind of pokey, heavy sound, which works really well. One thing that I would say regarding the kit, I've got like probably a different philosophy from some engineers. When it comes to sort of miking a kit up, I'll often let a drummer set up how they want to set up, and obviously every drummer's different. Some have like a rack, some are from Iraq. Do you know what I mean? That's an awful joke. But yeah, my philosophy with it is like I kind of let them set up, and I mean I imagine if I was like a proper dick to Dave, the drummer from All Consumed, and I went, no, you're not putting you're not putting your ride there. You need it over here. You need to put your ride here. Like he'd be like, well, I don't play like that. Like, no, mate, yeah, but like, you just have to deal with it. It's not really fair on that guy. And like, at the end of the day, it's up to me to work around them. I always feel, and like, if it means that the drummer's more comfortable having his hat here as opposed to 10 centimeters, I think you can read too much on bloody forums where people who don't actually record drums, and they'll say, oh no, you need to put your cymbals 3 foot above your kit and all this. It's like, yeah, but like if the guy can't play like that, like fair enough, if it's Mike Mangini and that's his setup where he has his cymbals miles away and stuff, and you think, that's how he sets his kit up. But if it's a guy who's used to playing like that, I'd rather he was comfortable playing and I could work around that. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just my take on it. I will play the tones that we got. Yeah, so I've worked with All Consume before, and the last record I did with them, I felt that tones-wise, I thought the drums were really good. They kind of always go for like a really distorted bass sort of thing, which I think this time we maybe might sort of rein in a little bit, and not do as distorted. It might sound a little bit more grown up, maybe. Yeah, I think last time when I came to mixing, I think I fucked with the guitars too much. And I think because the last thing I did for them was like 3 years ago, and I think now my guitar tones are definitely better because I do less to them. Like, I remember years and years ago, I used to kind of go down the bloody rabbit hole, put this on the guitar, put this on the guitar, and then used to take everything off and be like, oh, well, that sounds better. Like, it's such a weird one. But this time, I do feel that guitar-wise, we are going to be a bit more in the ballpark. But yeah, like, just not pissing about with guitars. I always think sounds better. Just get it right going in. Tiny bit of EQ, maybe a bit of multi-band or something, and literally that's it. One thing we are doing this time for the guitars is we're going to use this little beauty. Yeah, we're going to use the Boss Metal Zone, but as a boost, not as the distortion, because the distortion on it sounds horrific. Sounds like a wasp. We're going to use that as a boost, and we did some tests yesterday. So here are the guitar tracks that we reamped for the All Consumed record, and this is with the Boss Metal Zone as a boost. And it sounds like this. Okay, so in terms of the mids, they're maybe a tiny little bit chainsawy, in the sort of 2 to 3.5K region, but I think I'd rather have that come mix time. That might cut nicely, and I'll play it with the drums. So this is just guitar and drums at this point. We haven't recorded any bass or vocals, and it sounds like this. Yeah, these are the settings that we've gone for. It's kind of this. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of taking a tiny bit of the low end out, tiny bit more high end, all the level, no distortion, and sort of cutting. It's probably around 2.5K there, is it? Is it like, the best thing about that is you can't really tell what frequency you're cutting. You just use your ear, and when it sounds right, it's right. Darren also has one of these tasty Jacksons. Looking forward to getting in there with this. So it's 8:30 now. Band aren't due until 9 o'clock, so I'm going to have half an hour's edit to try and make some time up. Was one of them slipped or something?
Yeah, well, when I put it back on, they weren't lined up again.
Right.
So I wonder if, because obviously I haven't used this pedal a great deal.
Yeah.
And I think perhaps just some of the screws might just need tightening up.
Yeah, mate. So whilst Dave's on fixing his pedals, I'm just eating sweets.
Eating my sweets.
Eating Dave's sweets.
That Sam Turbot, he never buys his own.
No, why would I? Like, it's the only reason I record bands, because they bring sweets. Turned up with a full box of donuts, you lads.
Just donuts?
Donuts plus cream eggs. You alright?
Yeah.
Would you say you were more of a Star Mix than a Tangfastic fan? Yeah? You my stomach then?
Definitely Star Mix.
I like the Tangfastics.
I only like the ones with a loop and then a bit on the end. It's like a key, I think. Tangfastics.
Oh, the dummies.
I don't like the cherry ones.
Oh, you see, I like the cherry ones. We could share a bag, like a gay
Gay
couple. Hello. Drums completed yesterday. They're all still set up downstairs, however. As I haven't edited yet. I like to edit as I go. Basically, before I start tracking guitars, I'll try and edit as much as I can drum-wise. I mean, I'll usually like edit a song, track a song of guitars, edit, track kind of thing. But I leave the kit set up downstairs and all the lines. I leave all the lines and all the mics exactly where they were, obviously. Basically, just in case there's a fill that I think you could maybe go and have another go at, or if there's something that I hadn't noticed at the time that somehow slipped through the net, where I think, oh, that was a bit weak or something like that. You can just go and have another go at it. That bit probably won't go in. Yeah, switched everything on, and band aren't due for a little bit, so I'm gonna crack on with some editing. This isn't fucking interesting. Me just talking about I'm going to do editing. Ugh. I tell you what might be more interesting. Do you want to have a look at this fucking menagerie of wires? Yeah. The fucking Matrix. Editing drums. That's right. Go ahead. Suck all the fucking life out of it. Well, you could play it right. Whereas the China is like... I'll find it here. Yeah, like here. Yeah. Is that the... It's like fatter at the front for some reason. I don't know why, but all Chinas are like that. So, today, we have All Consumed returning, and they're going to be continuing the sessions that they did a couple of weeks ago now. They did a few sessions, and now we're going to finish off the bass and the vocals for the album. The last time we got some really, really good productive sessions done, so I'm hoping if we're as productive this time around, we can knock this out nice and sharpish. It's nice to work quickly, I always think, as well. Like, not if it's too stagnated and takes too long, it can get a bit kind of dull for the band, and it's nice to get into it and really get cracked on with it. I got the SM7 fixed. Thank you to the bloke in the phone shop who fixed that for me. I took it to a phone shop last minute. Oh no, my finger's just in the way of the... That's gonna look good, isn't it? That's gonna get loads of views on YouTube. Yeah, so it works, which is a buzzer. So thank you, like I say, thank you to the bloke what done that. Now, anyone that's been to Ritual Studios will know that it is constantly 6:45. I should probably change that at some point. Get on the ladder and have a look at it.
Yeah.
That's not gone well, has it?
You've seen me drive, so you know how this is. Oh, shit, yeah. Good point, actually. Ah. Yeah. I don't think I've got my licence.